on 33,000 above seabed, connecting across all regional capitals. And of course, here in the nation's capital, we are on top. Folks, tonight, it's a special edition, and you have to brace yourself and brace it well. Now, folks, 2 items on the bill. Now, it's almost that like a couple of weeks from now, I'm not quite sure it's a month. A couple of weeks from now, that is next month, January 2026. The opposition New Patriotic Party is heading towards the polls. Of course, all the candidates of the party, of course, would go for their conference as well, of course, to select or elect, for want of proper word, to elect a flag bearer who will lead the party in 2028 elections. And as we speak tonight, there's a lot that is really boiling. It's quite severe one, of course, as candidates crisscross across the length and breadth of the country in a more, call some hilarious. Some too, you can see the momentum is gathering. Some to their momentum drops. And of course, tonight we are going to peruse, ask more questions again. Who is leading? Who is commanding the grassroots? Whose momentum is dwindling and all of that? Folks, plus, the front line tonight can state on authority that the self-styled man of God, whose name was meant to be that of we not to mention, and that if we mention this platform or the premises of CTV will be in flames or whatever. Folks, may I say, Ghanaians, we've uncovered all there is to that threat. Whoever that issued a threat, whether we know, we don't know. But tonight, I am here to tell you, more has uncovered right from last week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even tonight, even this afternoon. Tonight, we are going to name a man of God you've known for a very long time, who is watching right now. He's sitting behind his screens. He's watching. Yes. He and his Alsatian dogs, they are watching the show tonight. We are going to name him and shame him tonight here. Yeah. So brace yourself. By the way, may I say, the expose hasn't started. Don't get it twisted. The frontline major expose hasn't started. This is just a build-up. So just brace yourself tonight. A lot is coming. Folks, let's get started with himself here, because we need time. But this is also one of a special edition and Adria here, the bro. Ebria, you can say just about some weeks from now, the opposition New Patriotic Party and a woman beko agopramano. So dear no mkwe woman kwhwe se wombe party no party no etitineni a obehwema bibia aye kama. Ebra wono mo eye den ehwe se hwan no bedi party nenim na womo akọ abato nyame adom a eye friend is saying December 2028 nti akansi ni mo ayedin pa America 2 and omode call rounds sabre wo hwa yebisi se hwan na o lead sa America 2 hwan su na America 2 mu ayemre hwan su pa na ye ka se o command the delegates no ene ehonge kan aye president nsmp koso tonight me name a guest ebetna say ebi wo London ebi so be wo studio ha na yatna si di nkomo ya pensem atete na basani asre ne ahwe se hwan na o make the giant step na enioma so ekuye de ma no ane niema pi wo ha ebi there is this allegation, big one, air fly somewhere in certain circles there. Some of the candidates allegedly air moves be say one more so munya wamunya friends election Jamaica say be on bear radio so medium. Serious allegation power is flying tonight. Na nina no akwenya bebama ibie ni na asum when we said in your here. Folks, it's flying tonight. Sorry in the anadri. They made me a culture and say call a friend, call a brother, call a sister. We sit here and talk because all the network links in Afa. Oko my CTV GHR, they are toho. Oba the frontline Ghana and so they are toho. And sana operation or normal television so and also so ubi TV na wo share. Plus nano ukuada any a bet if you had dim komo bi say yet ye baby yenka bi nhemu Tuesday and will be frame ya na sem ne sanyam yen ya bone sofo bi din to wonte ase ote ase enye na wo mo be fi ha be ye to trust bi na nti Ghana for be kaya ni wukuada me buy ye be address issue no kama ye be address bibia and ye bo nipa miensa din ka say ba ko ye politician mienu omo ministry no mo ni state in the class by the way say nipa ya ye bo ni din may I say our ministry ni mo mpa one o me frame o me kan me onye me hwe enti ye ntimi mfa asam ne nhye ne concept eyo no empo no wasome nipa na na bibi etesa so Ghana for back I said we are being cautioned say yen yeden yen reti say nipa na yen draw nipa no into this even though or although I stated say adie we ebie si pen na I believe say enye no ho event say enye no ho can say emframa ene yesi ehu esi empremienu ba kuna me wo radio de atosu mienu na me wo TV so na me kire made Iranum me ka sa asem ni wie ya edi nyoma sisi ye enyoma esie from the yawada kosi ni efense fiada ye holiday over the weekend de si na esuchi me no mienu ba wo benya bibia clear sesi ye ka se bibia ye so clear to us ti anadwi osofu penia ochem masa boni we ye bedie tian yo se be ye din yo so ye hwan yo ono aka se yi ne ho aba osofu peni ba unim no abotre make us enne asam kresan mobo san mesre o eduma yo o eduma yo because oh where do eduma we nipa yeah unim o eduma yo but because of enne show where am yenti o say minimum pomfo ye ne ye betra ye be show who can say ba be reply who can say oh Ediya me different my friend akwasi but you don't know say anything no that alone tells you say na me no you very good very nice but son no you fake or you fake a fake man of God or you no want to say or your grandma but son no mu no onu to me jina waka chem so no why disappointed akwasi why disappointed me kwaku me nya this who some ka say me ma word o folks, also for Penio, a man of God, a sound-style man of God, you know, tonight, we are going to name and shame him. Now, the American say, "Sawo Alsatian dogs no mugu bakuno da." Me di ne picture beba. One of the Alsatian dogs, on a reputable radio station despite ABS on koye dwuma so no onu afiri ho enya time so oba be di mi kwaku dwuma mi kwaku anan na wo wadwe o se kurasi ni ti se wo he na wo mu ade za when we are talking about journalism the me ma ye wo journalism on my way mu ma TV my goodness me nka se quarter wo wunya mu one ohọ na wo ti wo okay FM no bisa won say dey na wa achieve dey ama wo ho the unima ne say wo ba be kinkan news kurasi ni we bie wa no akasa se kurasi ni a wo fie kura wo ba ye no sabe ye na ye fi kura na ye ba na nse ye ba na ya polish up to na wuntimi polish a lunatic mu ba be didi make we kwanatam in spite of mo threat ni na ne anya adwuma sa ho o say mo ba mo nam nipa be 3 or 6 na ma betra ho me couple of bloggers are womuguha. So most of mu chanke wo so mu be dwane. Mu be tutowiem ne ma sori no. But who say many times me obi come here who say mama blogger bi aba say obe you kwaku I'm one man 1,000 untimi. Ba mo no enam say mo rented dogs and kraman near the mobegu say munye de mo rented dogs. Inti me metumi abe rente mo ama musika say mo be gina obi aboa no na munye dede emu asefo muni mura. Ghanaians don't know say oyeden we a fake man of God. And tonight let's see how it happens. Mumpo musimu wenumnyam. Folks, tonight Agroni has our a next show way one of my worst show. I have to do it and do it this way. But before I be him, of course, Shadow's program way proudly brought to you by Biogas Expert Engineers. Of course, Biogas Expert Engineers are small more kind of them. You bet me up wow. A bria ye say holidays no one year kono. Se bia o pasa sibini si dynama wa. A diasa makachum ye be si dino e peja dia kosro. Ye wa company sa company no ye sign be rufiso the amount. Okay? Ye be rufiso kama ye rufiso wia. Afi ye ba ya di biso a dynam. Ye bet me a POP at the amount. State of the art kitchen ye be amount. But most notably, ye here pa ye floor tiles. Tiles na ye e wo form ho. Ye your bedroom, ye your living room. Afi ye beba baby a friend compound tiles and industrial one. And to make us say, so what dan unye nsie na opesi simo ya ebe ma events a building plan ni esi amount. Okay, ye wia na afi ya hwe say ye si dan na wie no a ye company na ba be bosso amount no na afi ya to ye boss ni aye debe ya ye tiles ni the amount. Tiles ni bi na ye ne sisi an wo hwe one of a beautiful task a be baby we are say Ghana your company and a biogas for me I make consider him. I'm a senior member of this company. You see that all over Ghana and other parts of African countries ye koko ye juma. Now munim so say real estate ejuma enso ye dia yenso ye sisi dan ahodo different kinds into wo dan ye betimi esi ama ye sima we are na fi ya hwe say ye be tiles na ma tiles ne ye living room where ye back compound ne be compound tiles beautiful one can no ye this bricks DS tiles wo abonto ne ye jaye wo koye sisi a na efu efifiom emwa enti ye tiles we ye ma wa chale enye better sao at the same time ye industrial one and so more retail more retail ni supermarket ne shops are kese no so ye betimi aba be ye bi o shop ho no animal retail companies so including corporate organizations to say banks ministries departments ye beba ho ye be ni na hwe we say ye ne fefefe e wo ho including mo amorane Venezia fuel stations ye beba for the avoidance of oil spillage ye betimi aba ye wo ho a oil egu from enya hwe bibia kama ati ye task to the extent say opese ye yamane ye to say task here yet ye imported be ya ye chichemu to say the who was screen you see look at the colors like ancient colors so beautiful ye be ni na dem including leku susufo no enzore no festive period be bebre na mo be say as say mo ye dem mo ye renovations and mo see asoro ye betima be tiles ni bi e wo ho no ma ni na na aye kama bomodin the obeya na say mo be frɛ eye biogas expert engineers ye numbers ni go screen so eye tiles na mo pa ye be tiles ni dia mo because that tiles were exclusive e bi ni ba bia ye wia na ye painty tiles no so neat tiles we ye ya untumi ntutu e bi na wo form he kama untu ye ntutu o bibie no e boss so be pai unlike the other tiles na ye ya bibi tumi boss na pai na e se ye kwohwehwe the same tile near ye be replace ba ukwa wunya sa tiles we ye wo compound mawa wo cars be say including bulldozers be park wo enye hwe feyi including a bedroom ne living room tiles near benefit fe the amount what ane enti mesrew say wo asase ana so say opesi si dan mawa dan no ye besi e the amount na ya ye POP ni bibia so e de aka ho amount not just say you are simply cool to go biogas expert engineers and wo down we are here POP ni ya ye no fefe say no ceiling fans ni ade ebubom umpe when up at state of the art. Come. Ubet me afraid your numbers and a good screen is rare. POP ni be near FAE. You see down a mawa. Ye be determined say what dino fashion way and a see a deco. Now we say silly way who be that entire common sir. Ni na no biogas expert engineer so be free with 055 589 3001 and 0546 205377 0546 205377. Not to see no AD and common. Maminchia me friend saying me brap anyway. Lord, you are watching me, one of the top security officers in the state. Salute you, sir. Yes, folks. Anti-bombardment contact biogas expert engineer na bibia enya kama. Up next is what politics of today, still under Ghana Speaks Now. Tonight, on Politics of Today, we take a closer look at MPP's upcoming delegates elections, the crucial contest to elect a flag bearer for the 2028 general elections. We examine the dynamics, the strategies, and the shifting alliance, and assess how each of the candidates is performing on the campaign trail. Yababe share MPP for elections na yekom say mo ayehye. I come with number of days or weeks. Let's just say omo ekwa de ekoto aba. Tonight we are going to examine all of that, including who is gaining grounds, who is losing momentum, and what does it all mean for the future of the party. Tonight we break it all down. Yababe sheni na but before you be MPP the no, my main famura the build up. Keynes, are you there? Keynes, are you there? Sure, one can just engage the space. Before you be remono, folks, the frontline upcoming investigations are year by year, next year, in the body of Christ. And I'm the Immunioma ABP. Plus the threat that came on the frontline show. But before we be real, ma mentonkra and fre any baby. No, wait a minute. Before we join our guests to shed more light on these political developments, we turn briefly to the Frontline's upcoming expose or explosive expose in the ministry of Christ, titled The Workers of Iniquities. A storm is coming, and the Frontline is ready to expose the truth. Now, in the latter part of last week, a self-styled woman of God who had earlier been sentenced to 15 years imprisonment appeared before the Accra High Court for review of her case. The scenes were sorrowful, disturbing, regrettable, and deeply unsettled. And tonight, we ask the hard questions. Yes, sorry, not High Court, Amasaman District Court. Folks, we ask the hard questions tonight. Where were the Christian Council, the Pentecostal Council, the Charismatic Council, when this woman was allegedly abusing the fundamental rights of people under the guise of ministry, including her own church members? Who was watching? That's another question. Who was speaking? And who failed to act? Tonight we ask the questions. Last week, any day, both the men and the women, self-start, including the Anadui, Yebabe exposing. We are going to shame them. Self-start. Mami Way was known to be a self-start woman. Adebia wa ye wa Ghana in the name of Ghana freedom of worship. And any Dick and Tom and Harry Bia Soria. One won't face any yansem no obetimi ayden esisi Ghana for ayedi opebia. Now baby say ebra mami na oye komfo a okom a man who so be share the ministry of Christ mu no na afi ode nyamesu ene nyame atare e share ye say wo ye nyame dwuma no e ba na sen afi de o ye ne say o start say o abuse enipa bi right na no na nadue bi say enipa ku a won mo hwe Christosom so to say Christian Council, Pentecostal Council, Charismatic Council, no more himfa. Woman na hwe maami we e ma ne ye kwasiasem bi ope e wo Ghana e abusing nipa fundamental right. And I see say na phobia ho. Hwe enti say asofo ni binumu e ye omu niama fun ni sa ne ye ka na omu so omu ntia. Ya na omu refi say no, oman na ye tim no mo fi say freedom of worship, but I no mo refi say mra e wo ha. De bia no bi say enkom fun ni atro na mo hye no. Ye say bra na be prove na kire ya. When some of your prophecies can cause what you call fear and panic, no mo gina ha. Omu ntimi ye hwe. Now last week na ya rehusem in the eyes of many people. Now obi say obi entunufo, some of us like me amete ha. Na me one of ni futufo. But one fa owie no kra no o de mi menim ebe ye agoprama so obegu minimu ase wo mo mpa futu nipa ben ye kana se me. Take a listen to this. Manhuno onini wo ye na dwen se wo tumi wo Ghana obia ntumi monechem so but se ya na yetu omofo na omofa enchenye omunim guase se na eko se emra e protect ye na emra so ema ye kwan se ubetumi aye se na so nyeni na wo ho kwan manhuno ene sentence ye de ma na ye sen 15 solid years. Now the worst part here. Now, the man who stood with her in the early days when the situation was unfolding in such a troubling and negative manner is today left perplexed, confused, and unsure of what can be done to undo the damage. But Bruni Becker said what? At this point, it is too what? Too little, too late. A brand would disang kwasiasam na branti bi so ejina ne nchen sa atam ne yesogu nenum no you okay enti maame ne di nkwasiasem ya na neni tua o but anya na adwen so no maame either say me be twe me ho ne meja no na waye na ade or I will together sing with her and why you confused onya na the tables na sesa but too little too late oya hwan. Take a listen to him.
So there be an amisu. So there be an amidiaro. I mean, me was my. So there be an amisu. So there be an amidiaro. I mean, me was my.
So I've had so many calls. So na mo friend no. The so bibie no ametimi aye wo ho. Debi. It is in the hands of government. Eyo no versus mine. Now, tonight on the front line as we continue to do the build up, we are about to take an approach that is highly unusual of me, but circumstances leave me with no choice than to proceed this way to bring much needed clarity to matters before me. And what? Secondly, let me again issue disclaimer tonight and apologize to anyone who may be offended by this information I'm about to put tonight. Please pardon me or pardon the platform today. Yeah, Baba ya DB. Anything I may issue disclaimer. 1, 2. And you may be PPO, a biomana and yode. Anything I may issue, sir, apologies and me patrol, fatcha me and name, why? Fatcha me, said ya be Kobiano, be bre and yamode. But then, kweku, mini option be also say, we have to do it this way. Na yamfa enkoyenim. Crane. Now, as of last week, Wednesday, ubi our show no. What he said? Ya best state wa say. Nipa boniphobia ono ye na dwen say oba be threaten. Why? Because the front line be expose say next year, not even now. Because they say year we aso. Enti why? Sa threat no ho nsem e na me ba be bie so akiro. But tonight, the self-styled so-called man of God, Isaac Owusu Bempa, I know you are watching. Watch me very well. To get together with your Alsatian dogs, your animal dogs, tell them to watch me and listen carefully. Because, trust me, area where me blasting me fly now. The number of course, I'm tired. Impenifobia na diwe manye. So munya pa, which of course they are also watching. Munya kweku chai. But I told him, said no. Events and montage, no, a quabontained that. So there's nothing I can do, and I have to do it and wash my hands. Nemiriana do ya. Reverend the self-styled fake Isaac Owusu Bempa, I dare you, let your Alsatian dogs come back. Woman made it. My employee woman. Dear, Semiria Anadria. Reverend fake Isaac Owusu Bempa. Bra Maumrantiano, on that screen is on Maumrantiano Mrabontain and some made it. I'm telling you, I give my mom the events and the passage. Hey, who bet me after one more London, one more Germany, one more Hifa, all of them, let them come. Obia made it. Mume didi kwekwana because when him makacha me attend the day me must and take one thing off my skin. But momume ye dwuma no mo ntra mehiemu te kasa na meka no twi kasa no momu ntra mehiemu no mo me din su nkwa akire even though mu di matem but eno no so oboa ma me din akwa akire nti firi ochine ekọ kosi week ewie. I dare you, let your Alsatian dogs come. Wo penny or software wo Ghana. Say, uni obinya semwa. Instead say, wo be bebe jina pieso. Na what tell me ma dear no. A man who claims so we nyankopon nipa. Rather, wo prefer say, obema na sorry ma in the name of the God he worship to come and rant and insult nipa no anyhow bi omope no mu ya no mo dwane akote nechi na kwesiada na sa fake man of God we na wa fa bible na ekura na we ko gina aso dan enim na we preach amadom ni na sa na we ya woni awa ho sa na onyankopon ka chewo why you hu se we ogwama but we dark we in so called what ona your friend events and nations prophets na no we pateku. Folks, many time, listeners and viewers will recall that last week we released information about a man who identified himself as Foster. He threatened the front line, accusing us of speaking ill about his so-called man of God, and warned that if we ever did so again, we would be what? Dealt with, even threatened the very night of our broadcast. Samoba Kaya. Tuesday na assembly see Wednesday na bebe be assembly so na ore ni e ka sei okeka ni seminar enti me ba Wednesday enemy state say abrante na bonipa miensa din mienu ya sofo ba ko ya politician and of course I know say these are the people. Then I stated many times in Chemebo part of what program I made last week Chemebo part, but everybody know that we stated said Sani pay me and saying, ye nim why and or share sadi beside wo mu bia so frame and I mean so minya inyina so bi says so I use the word say we are being cautioned not to blame any of them. However, na me to aso say ade we bi esipen kwaku me hu bi pen me hu ye kra no me hu mienu Me know that a man of God be one to share me so during the time and I'm radio so me who be paying. The second time, the same man of God as I be to share me so and also name with television station be. And tonight we be huni now. So I'm being careful this time. But folks, guess what happened? Any other Wednesday show you see her any call your baby. Indeed, everything is now much clearer to me, and also everything makes sense to me now. Folks, I recall stating categorically on Wednesday that I know 3 individuals by name Bempa. However, I could not assign blame to any of them because none had contacted me on this matter. Nor could I confirm that any of them were behind the moves. But guess what happened? To make I say, minimum bia say, we initiate and now we initiate. So folks, then I'm here. Now me come and to now me state na me call. But shadi see. After my show, the next Thursday, I received a call from a brother who is also a radio presenter, and I want to keep his name for now. This gentleman called me and delivered a message from the South-Style Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa, the General Overseer of Glorious Power Ministry International, stating that he knew nothing whatsoever about the attacks. Hey, how? Yawada, eneminya metoho, and a call by Ore your frame, a radio presenter, or frames the Kweku. On Krebe Dimo, and I'm saying, Nkraben or so. Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa, who is a fake until today, until Thursday, Friday, busy weekend. But you know what? They be asking me to be in myself. Say me own. Some men of God, say me the master more about so. There are 2 things here. Any people come and say we fake we me me. There are 2 things I have to do. 1, I need to experience you, or I have to investigate you. And send a magia to me say me pay free nyame. Any people come and say me no any problem. No, me ni person into musa and say me experience so. Eranum. And to me yes show no Wednesday we yawada and a brand frame me say Isaac Owusu Bempa friend catch and say on can tell me say nipa no a obetre me no ono onim nipa biasa na me say how by the way ya catch and so ono and o show bi eti ana 2 adan no no wo me number no no anka send to me frame me enka sa asem nche no this asem we be ma ne o say ne minim folks ni just see ho folks, having listened to the message and believing it to be true, what happened next would shock you. Hey, a bro can't ask me chair me G2 me say okay. And the cre you be fan the working be an yate. Folks, say me G2 me say the all cano and the cre enya the cre no. On Saturday, December 6th evening, then a friend sent me a link and said, Kweku, watch this. Only for me to open it and find a group of rented dogs behaving indeed like truly animals, purely like goats, sheep, cows, all manner of creatures hurling insults at me for reasons I know nothing about. How? Saturday, me wa ne say me nwe bi so send me link say Kweku jenahwe na hwe wi a frame me share link no be a link no mu say me hwe Ghanaians, guess what I saw a brand here a no wo okay FM I see a friend Kwame Amo, another lunatic, a destitute rascal fool. One on ne mrantie bi gu hɔ a one me den we hwebemba fun we nimu a osi hɔ se wodaw okɔ despite okay FM ade ote hɔ wo ya ne se o ma news a news this self-style rogue, a crook, useless it. One on the domo at na kwaku omu di matem menya omo hwe omu di matem just like that na me say na some way every himfa me na ya be threaten me na me yam investigation no ena na chese mo na mo hye kire na sa threat ne ba ya na asesen wo mo nko community a me ma be ka say I friend say Reverend Owusu Bempa Abba radio station be threaten you say whatever it is intino na chese me dia no remind no say jama me pene boni bi edi. By the way, Bob Marley can asembe otone nyumi sao or say who the cap fits, let him wear it. People within. Se wumpo ena wo ba Hot FM bedi some funny years ago me mo wudi o, but me this asem no ekasem for a purpose of what? Emphasis, and emphasis is mine. What the hell? What the heck? Obama, this your Alsatian dogs, Alsatian animals. Owusu Bempa say woman anteni mejina simpie so medi di me kwaku ananatem for want of what? Folks, in the link I identify one good for nothing rogue, a scavenger, and a despicable lunatic who calls himself Kwame Amo, a disgraceful character sitting on a reputable broadcasting platform, spewing nothing but garbage, senseless content, and consistently displaying village and cottage manners, as though he was never properly cultured from his hometown. Now we shall brandy we kasa. Me shading am say no enya ne fault e kurase no free buy no kurase ni mutu wa betna kurukesem but on here na adwen so obepo no ho kakra na me ja o masem to ho. Folks, as if that was not enough, I later sent a message directly in the afternoon me hear me general cleaning. So guess what I did? I sent a direct message to the self-styled Owusu Bempa himself, warning him to call his rented dogs and unruly animals to order and keep them from attacking me. And folks, guess what happened next? Ewiemu ho na me sending sa link no na me ye message de kan ho say Owusu Bempa je na sa wo wasmo obi say obi meka nkire me say ade na me be kan ho asem ewo Wednesday no unim ho hwe a ena na die nti ena umrante ne ekokotena wo mo social media so mu didi matem how nyansa be na wo sa adne mu wo na wo ye peni wo na wo mo kwan so mo nkotena ho ndidi matem. By the way, any pana wo friend so on be kan asem kran kire me no say any pana wo yini frima wo access to me number. Why didn't you call me direct? Reason ben but I be na woman went me friend me direct now they asem ne come mani obi foforo but any point chen hardin where then comes from this omrante o mabe trans social media so omudidi matem enam de sa we ni event saying me de message no command enam me de link no no ane mrante no emuasefo no me de link no command say gina hwe. And folks, guess what happened next? The self-styled Owusu Bempa now plays a call through same brother saying he want to speak with me. And folks, your guess is as good as mine. Me de command no me fan say bed 10 minutes if not more. And our brand no this self fake Owusu Bempa any message command so on family a brand any frame wo phone so say Owusu Bempa wo line so no person on me kasa na me say how my message amano and am de link amano and na wo na wa frame so me de link ni bi amano monhwe mitimi baby o hwade wo mrante ne ye enti onye den onfa no ne mrante ne nkokasa because kwasi asem no mbeki kan no none of them represent me kwaku ametia. I'm a decent person but waba line so like seriously okay omrani enkasa guys he only came on the line and folks he came and lied, blatantly lying, denying knowing anything about what is going on. But trust me folks, I expose Owusu Bempa so much to the bed to say I expose his deceptions, his crooked schemes, and his what usual tricks, lies of what fishing for information so he can what later package it as a what a prophecy. And the moment I started revealing those truths the self-styled Owusu Bempah, the so-called man of God, folks, resorted as usual, hurling insult at me. Folks, utterly disgraceful, and there can never be anything more than this. Ebra afi abrante ni bie line na yemi ensa ye ba line so no. Afi Owusu Bempah si somewhere. All be hye ne kasa na se no, twi kasa o kan ni say me ye badum mani a ni mintie de wo kan. Na by the way me no want to kwa. Na chese won we mini de dada say ntukwa bi na won me ba e na won me be. By the way, I dey na won frame me direct. For the second time, wakofro bi aba case no. Why? What's your motive? Say me ye badum ba mintie. Now, folks, what share ne kasa na no, ono na sem ne se mimi ntie na mame nkasa. Na mi tie no ma ni di na he mi do nyame obo so ne asase se. Yesi asofo bi o mem ha. Honhom boni ye entro honhom akohwisam ene nabrabasam ese omumu a. I now can attest based on my experience. Say the self-styled Owusu Bempah, we ye crook and we ye fake. Me na make a try. I know you are watching. We are fake. We ni pasa. Why is so ogwan events a high buffalo? And I do ogwan woman either hat also, but we are pateku. Would the me say would the atronoma me who say yes, atronon na Bempah odieno. Now folks, I'll tell you what, tonight I was so shocked, say. Odi atrono to a point wo ho na feed your obeya ne say so eden ode kasa ne si ho na meba nsem we si no so. But tonight the front line finally ready to release the audio of the rogue who called the platform last week Tuesday and launched an attack on the host for you to listen. Meba nkomo no a esi no so, but for the purpose of something ono ne animal na no te fence okay FM no esi FM Kwame Amono o meka word bi a o beka tabloid mpo ntimi mo tabloid no this fool, this lunatic tabloid word mpo ntimi mo. So I started interrogating myself. School ben abrante wo koye so munsua de o munya obi reputable media house mo ko educate Ghana for a you prefer rather some obeko na makoye den mako say mama niama ai tantanta nti Ghana na obi ensua hwe. And you destitute. Folks, on Tuesday, nipa yo be threatening yen. Me yes sa audio na nche mo for now. But ono sa Alsatian dog Kwame Amobetra ne links no. O say ye kwa ye ni audio bia and that what? Ye na jam ye pesi e cookie baby. Folks, enyo omo no be push yen but you will know. Ye nim say e dey tape no say be release e dey amagana for momenti. However say we are doing some investigation here. You doing pen so, folks. For the purpose of clarity, ti audio no. Ora no frame ya. Wono beka say ya boni nyankopon nipa o say ne nyame ne God whatever. Ya boni din wa hanzi on tiase ne yesa bobioma won be shi station so mba be de no. Ti san komo na course between me and me no. When he plays a call to me. Take a listen.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Who is this? Who is this?
I
ask a question. Who are you?
We did the Foster.
We did the name? Foster. What can I do?
Now, what do you know?
When
Well, also, na me start from WhatsApp, so now we need no WhatsApp. Sound question from now would be that. I just a part of kind of WhatsApp. Well, we are matter of beatings. Condemn here or beatings, you know. Who say, for example, also would you quite a sacola, would you have beatings our pets, you know? I am say, as you beat this never, who is reading more, several than you see.
Casamity you.
So, what's the name? We are Bema Bar, with the China cocaine.
Meko kan wa di. What's on my
So what we have Bema extra and any time PM yeah online na go agent.
Na Foster. Foster. Ma me no nya di. To what? What's my idea etio? Relax it. You didn't in etio. So ban to kwa me man fan to queen sia. Who dear me? Foster. Hello, Foster. I thought so be Jan line so.
Jimmy Papa.
Baby, who dear me?
Me too,
The overcame there be any who are make it be to me, but me fit you. Sami Kumenya would raise you are. Wow, friend, I feel so me. By the way,
if it will make nothing to you or not.
No, maybe so.
You're joking. I'm joking.
Maybe. Now one can send me pana. Me pana ubu ni dino. Me pana ubu ni dino. Me pana ubu ni dino. What system my body diana? Don't be stupid and don't be animal. We are quite sleepy. I feel my memory also. What programmatic? Or tell them to see your house. Was your jelly for fool animal? I'm baby. Or tell them to see your house.
Afi, that lunatic Kwame Amo, one self-style and more for a nine. You wash your face upwards. Now you've heard audio. Meboa, animal. You were sitting on that lane, and you guys were displaying stupid animalistic tendencies. And more for unim yansa. Wo style of journalism. Enemy, what bodam. I can say to Usivi, Kofa Usivi, bra. Me book within crown and my bono crown and my enrich Usivi. After some ranting on Mokana, we show minima when look at their faces as dark as coming from the cemetery, trying to visit humanity on the planet Earth. Animals. Some ranting me and the minimum to Omasami hear me. I need them to come every day. Namume Didi. Finally, this platform wants the rented dogs of the self-style Ousubempa to get their facts right. But before that, folks, it really beats my conscience to come to terms with this situation that a whole man of God could stand in the church, could stand before men of honor, and yet could be bold enough to raise human animals to go out there and attack people, insult them, on his behalf, and still could what? Prophesy to Ghanaians that God has what? Spoken to him. Medrin Hamentiasia. When Yankupo nipa o Bible na catch or say seek peace among all. Or see any hunya den entina sumdrimu yentine ni jem. Eno na Isaac Ousubempa wuye. Say wo obi when you obi nya asem a wo dia wonima ne say osofu pani a we gaining notoriety ewo manimu wotimi mpo ben politicians in penny for dia wo betimi aye ebe hye wenum nyam ene wa sori say wo frɛ edom bi say munko didi say nipa natem in your name say nipa no mu didi atem no obi amfo mu nya hwe but the point is yembisa say what credibility ben na wo build tonight. I want to lay down 6 fundamental questions now. And a Kwame Amo animal, me pesa onu don mute, including on a Bempa himself, because Mubeki can kwasiasembi wa none of them could make sense to anybody. Tiha, me mama 6 questions. Now, also Bempa, mama answer. 6 fundamental questions for the dogs of this self-styled fake man of God. Isaac Owusu Bempa to go and ask their own boss and bring the answers before I descend heavily on them another time. With them they proper claim. Number 1, I want these attacking dogs to find out from their self-styled man of God, Owusu Bempa, how many times he invited me to his house and for what purpose? For munkobi samo boss. Sir, how many times and what fat telephone from the Kwaku brefie meye ninkomo na dodo sen na dodo sen afi na botaye wom den muntie question me bia me kan brof na ma catch because mo bon you destitute animals mon take asa twi nimpo mo kan na mo dan kobisa no how many times I dare him how I have my information everything Bempa I have everything me say catch him how many times na wo frɛ me ba wo fi ho me buy so me be ye den obuoni ni die nam de ma. Number 2, can I wake up and embark on a trip or a journey to a man of God like Owusu Bempa's house because my sorry me timi fie me ni hweye ne me tuka Say me ko Isaac Owusu Bempa fie. Say me ko akotran keke just like that. I mean, eno ne nyansa no ewom ne de hene. I'm a host of this show. I'm a CEO of a reputable company, a private investigative firm. Mini adadio. Ne me tuka. Say me ko jina Owusu Bempa fie from wherever that I live all the way to Ajingano. Mini dwuma bi die. Kwame amo dedentini Jimmy. What didn't ya dwuma kwana ko bisa wo boss no. Me one post wo boss yes sir asofidie dia obi atumi twa kala bo ne kon mu. Mwasefo. Munko bisa no. Me sorry ane me tuka na maba ne fie because me need dwuma bi di. Number 3. Has the South Star Isaac Owusu Bempa given me money to buy what? Fuel. Each period I visited his home. Mumisano. Say, wa mami sikada. Kweku je fire fuel nako. Mumisano. And after this one, I'll give you the answer. More than enough. Na mibisamo. Enti me timi baby. What friend say me mra ofie. Me bu fuel egu mi ka mo anante all the way to Ajingano beyond East Legon. Maba me ko kweku je na fato fuel egu ka mo ko. We kwa no mo me ewiase hu se mo boss waye bone but me nka se waye bone because me hu nyansa ewo mu mpo se emu ase 40 se mo we mpo betimi ay kasa abamonum enu free hin and then they are told to me mo say then I have ever dined and wine in the residence of the self-styled Isaac Owusu Bempa. Like seriously me anybody who knows you will tell me need abonten na me need you that someone am dey be amoso mo cameras e wo mo. I dare you. Move for one picture, mra. Kwekwana no ne Isaac Owusu Bempa edidi. Been see that. Been see that. Number 5. How many crucial no? How many reports from Global Info Analytics on the 2024 elections are in his possession? Munkobisan. And what exactly did he use that report for? Munkobisan boss said Global Info Analytics for opinion polls for 2024 elections. Munkobisa is a Owusu Bempa report no do what saying a ban ho. Na odi eden. Yankopon hu mobo. Isaac Owusu Bempa me say we are fake. You are a crook and a fake man of God. Hey, now this is not about betimi didi atem no makoi. We are fake. We nye Nyankopon nipa Ghana for no ever thought, including the government of NDC, President John Dramani. We are fake. Now win him. Share. Eranum. And me need time man and net, but when me dia proper kwem na me ya DB. Show. At the time of election 2024, we switched to the high gear. Why? Reverend Bempa, why not him say me no et say nua? Enti sadi we ya wa be ye na anu kwai. Enipa enti ase say kweku woni Bempa want to kwade da me say how? Na me bow. At the time the former IGP what the Bempa ko shemu e wo Ministries Police Station. Ono pe no nima ade okoye. Munko bisa no. Wono pe ne ye de ni ko shemu nyame pe ne di na fofie. Ente se panye benyo seden ono nim sa asem no ye de wo ne kunu nyame adom hwe ye de ne koto police hospital mpono ne nsuo esini so no na handcuff egu ne nsa. This is what Ghana police ye de ye Bempa ebra Bempa pie ye ebaye. Some of us we were so candid enough to receive him like a brother. Said no ye makwa momo ye osa abone no. Some of us would have to tell the story right from its perspective. We are who say na senator, we did it wholeheartedly, and many other things, including say Mamia Grada wanina kwa at one point Bempa SSR ne Alsatian dogs, the same dogs no odum ko jina mamini fia odituo ekoye deo emeno so ho asem no. Later wono Bempa yi be frame me say kwaku wone sister enkasa na me pese me man olive branch ne giant tokwa. Folks, I did all that I have to do, and so later some me and they didn't questions a woman when who said ni ye bibi say ni na nyamedwuma ni bia. No, So, guess what? Oh, election time, then Bempa would call. Kwaku, then I so. Now, journalists be what Ghana be anim. Bempa language. Me say journalists be bring more language. Oh, want to say na then I so. And of course, many of these our men of God would always some other culture. They seek information from journalists, from politicians, from doctors, from security top officials. Or no me share come. And the meaning you didn't come and say, oh, BBA Kokamo, Global Info Analytics for the opinion polls, say bars, our opinion polls, and shapey baby elections in the and not getting interest. No, start is a no. Or per report ni biashe. Folks, now maybe the report ni blue say Jenna Shomuno, what also Bempa on the flip side would do ni say, no package report no. In his own style, in his own way, not they are better now saw them. With being conscious. Hey, sir, like seriously. And in all of this, all of us were busy monitoring elections. And we didn't know what was going on. Now, the Ayana Hamilton said, report now, ba me ma senior man said, there is a summary in the report. So summary no, because report na it would be a summary, na summary, what say, because Global Info Analytics, I am Musa Dankwan. One the figures in ba summary. It is so easy for you to see and do your analysis. Bempa minim say na sabi so ni marking kind. Obejina will consult to the extent say just a way to car akonifie asiende na kwotena se acheche ni says na see bisa na we are sure na we say sana ni na no who bisa no na who pick that information a package the akwa nkom am NDC for you were despicably shameful. Now I have seen say no, you were not the man I thought of. Bempa, you are not the man of God I thought of. And come shall be sharing na atro na brebeni. God has exposed you. Onyami hu mobo no ma won kakaye. What? Ozu Bempa. When you expose in the air, but I dare you say you will not force us to start the expose. No. Now when you know the next thing I say they come home Ghana for is for Ghanaians to listen to your own voice. When you are Global Info Analytics for report, which I said, hey, and who baby did the matem and who boys. The next question may be so. Who is the event said the God who prophesied? Who is the God who is prophesying to him earlier that candidate? Question number the man. Who is the God prophesying to him earlier that candidate John Dramani Mahama was carrying what coffin that God has projected John Dramani Mahama, and later the same self-styled man of God was out there campaigning for candidate Mahama. Miami program so no better when a 2 TV or say then candidate John Dramani Mahama or Sufundaka na emoja aye nensa hu na orefi so orefi me ba be tape natural magana fu how crook you are, how what fake you are, or say moja wo nensa ho na fundaka so no mti asem we mpeni nsem da bani na no a matter of time me mpentam emu atensa no broni wakase be say the vindication of crime is in the womb of time ebre na aso no yeah. The same also Bempa, ye nim dia ko ba ye bam Bempa say hey John Mahama na eden LED. Na Ghana for nim say no. Mo monitor na call of guys no mu nim say no. Behind all the scenes he was speaking certain what informations behind the scenes no dey in commission. I dare you come and tell me donyame yankopon ko o hye o san kom em 2024 would o mouse prophecy ma o de ba. I dare you come and prove that God ni en hwa. I dare you come and prove you are fake. Me na make a show we are fake information na no a o de ye we dwuma ni na ye dwuma hyehye e na we ye. I thought say me no di nkomo we are fake. Mumisano, a debenti and a nibufu MPP for at the latter part of it. And yet only see a chini tumo, Munkobisano. One of Usu Bempes anger was because the NPP for promising said one may construct asphalt road from the junction to the doorstep, and NPP for and he's angry. One of the things he got angry, and there are many more. We need time tonight. Hey, folks. Would he confirm this or deny that he did this out of what? Disgraceful acts bestowed on him by what? The NPP? Now maybe it's another last question. Who is behind the arrangement for Owusu Bempah to place his hands on candidate John Dramani Mahama? Some here at the very latter part of elections, the South Star Isaac Owusu Bempah Edinensa Ekoto John Mahama so Mokai sa video no. Before Sadini see no, another South Star man of God, Nigeria, had prophesied on Owusu Bempah. Mokai sa prophecy no. Try to put the pieces together, but I'm not going to do that. I'll do that later. A man of God be on Nigeria, ever shen kombi, ever Bempah and sana candidate Mahama. Yadine omuko jina himfa eno all among men of God nia ono ene man kwan so mfa ne santo kwan so John Mahama so Ghanaians gauge the space and also nam kwan mo ba. Now show ebra efi Bempah eba meneno ene sa madam fi yedi nkomo no wie no enkomo ni ba be wie no ena me ka kire say just as I'm saying say wo your truthful dada for afei na mehu say some information na me no di hu nkomo yi eno the global info analytics report and now the be nkom share because I then Bempah started insulting we a Jimmy for I'm quoting him we a Jimmy for what and a line a cut here now on my country Ghana for her men small woman cheap woman so I don't have time for them. Who we are the man of God. Ne say upiabonte. Me tell you, when we say me the nkrofo egu me ho, and ever since I'm ranting be this answer phone. When we say matu and you may be a social media man for you did I will never do that. But I have hundreds of bloggers who are ready to take your lunatic animals on. But me yes that I will battle you alone. Come forward, Bempah, a fake man of God. Also Bempah, come forward as a man. Display away a bema. What's it? But when you're Bema, when a namwa langa say Yarefon, when you're Bema, and then me who say when you're Bema, who the end say, Obekako teni pechi. Now, in the name of Onyankopon mo somno, Mudio Nyamidin ayo triasi. Show Yakasawi na yena yakoine, e ansuho. Later in the evening, the South Star man of God sent me 2 audio recordings asking me to halt my move to what? To halt my move, so his live dogs, so his what? Live dogs, rats, rocks, ragamuffins, destitute, despicable what? Beings could also what? Stand down for peace to prevail. Folks, what more disgraceful situation can be described than this? Ebra meni ono ene abrante ne yakasa wie na me fisi ewie o. Emire Bob 67 and the same Owusu Bempah send me 2 fans audio recordings. E dey ba asem. I mimi ntwitwa nsem so. Ma me respond. Said ya me ye. Na me respond a ono ne mba no so be respond. Na e ma som dream ba. Na me so wo ye nim guase ni. Wo ye nim guase ni ankasa what Bempah. In the same spirit, this so-called self-styled man of God previously, now I feel that me be expose you wahanso. Previously, stormed the studios of Hot FM and later the studios of where? Netu TV. Caused major disturbances. Nearly did what? Nearly destroyed studio equipment. Tonight, we are asking, who exactly is this self-styled man of God? The same Owusu Bempah in my days, I was radio, so Hot FM, was ba studio where? Obiabe kanasem wabo udin ya arrangement say nipa no somra waba enipa na ama enye ye fall ya ma kwan kan wasem na call baby eno ano no this fake man of God bie na no a o say asem bi wo metumi aka fa wo kwakun Ghana for te om ye mbehye om afi wuti studio yi memo wetwa ahwe meeting am we try na me say ko yeah do it and one no or say me ba be so na hwe nti and one no me ba be so na hwe nti papa we owusu bempe original studio ho no any boys any bodyguards ekuta pepper spray no mu spray studio ho ya to dan nim ne boys ni bi gina studio door na no matum no mo spray pepper spray say e wo dem o na afi almost started so almost scatter studio equipment. I will bring the video out. He knows. Who saw the video na come obi absolutely rubbish. I have the video and one so the same also bempa at the time and me want net 2 TV one time ye program minim how then it happened before my eyes. Then a group of people bombed into the studio and my technicians were fast enough say omudum cameras say what them we na yenkosha ousu bempa ne dom and abahwe e dey ba asem a me guest na one of my guests or tewa or ye program ousu bempa ne wa asem nti eno ano or ba studio ho na me ba o se nipa se nyanyame na di afofie ena mo ye bibi na nipa ne nkwa free ni mu a enchekweku meka se osofo papa bi ti se owusu bempa ena nam so ena sa atore nchemi abeto na 2 TV management and I myself sanete wo ho and you got the nerves, you this man of God, you got the nerves to sit there and speak rubbish. How dare you? Now who person will tell me a cover like seriously we are particle now we are fake. We now call on his so-called dogs who could be what rented to go and stand in front of somebody's gate and back to come back and what pronounce and make things clearer and position themselves. We will not be intimidated and you can't force us to bring our exposés out. Me say the be here say and say you better o voice ah wo tena ho a wo ye the global info analysis or analytic for report na wo ye busy na ye nim say sana ni na na de be chema wo de akwhye nkom waso dem you fake man of God. Let's of course me Matias say oh if you ha ye nsuro hwe emrante ne ka say me say adan na me mfamasem enko muslimi for say muasefo ye nuanu muslimi for me sorry me tromo so me sorry why now me say ekroma what is say malam bi hyenkom na malam be hyenkom say me I stayed all my life in the north me hu bi da and not here malam ni bi enu obe hyenkom na die nti na malam be hyenkom emuasefo mo papa ousu bempa otrofo dada ni na brebani ekogina na sorofie ehye hwankom ohye muslimi fo na titneni eye Sheikh Sarabutu ko hye ne nkom ohye ne nkom ye den ye afi muslims yes o mo ba be hye waso no pabam odwane to wirem wo to kwayem emuasefo wo dwane to wirem nyankopo be no man say prophecy ne be kama mintie you lunatic a lunatic scavengers mo jare schizophrenic. All right uko share Sheikh Sarabutu enkom ye no afi you are retreating nyame ben no ofre o say kwhye sa nkom no abodamfo. Tonight I end here when me be prapra kwem but I'm only unim President Mahama mamenka say minjiro Sani power ni munye nyankopon ni power and I have stated categorically Mr. President Mahama NDC for stay away from some of these self-styled crooks. And nyoma wo mo ye no hu hwe owo a lot of NDC CEO for bebrea wakokokoko mo offices a wakoyeden wakoyeye eyi ode anointing oil akwa anointing was say I wo munya problems. I have the list of them. And enche I'm going to release those people. I'll bring their names and tell President Mahama to warn them. Oho no mu didie. Oho no mu survive yon bibia. Yakopon hu mobo no ma won kakaye. But expose no unkyere me dia menye. Ghanaians, there are men of God who ha wo mu ya beifo. Hu fit ni mu etomu. One of them eyo no bempa no si ho. Okay? The spirit of marine are attacking it to the extent say awari ontimi wari bisuda. And the spirit of entro and ada akohwisem ne nabraba and the chest abapadem me who be that untimi kan nokre. Folks, my man for a baller for an assessment to baby. Make a short break, me bow. My guests join me, and then we take a very good look into the MPPs. What? Upcoming delegates conference. I'm going to be elected on flag bearer. This is the frontline show, of course. Kwekwanan, Ghana Speaks. I'll be right back. We are back and it's just about 21 minutes gone past the hour 9. This is the front line, of course. We are gauging the space of how the elections of NPP is going to go. My guest, Alex Kwekutete, he's the CEO of Cytex Security, has joined me. And of course, we'll be joining another guest, London. Of course, Nipa Bebre, and you're happy with what is going on. Say, and as somewhere to say, Abba also for Bemba. Abrante did the message be abrem say Kweku anan when are you going to expose your brother? Obema Kweku maka samfo achiro. Meaning say we are belated. Okay? Me nua odi mechi mienu. Unim say me na court. You think I grow in here and ye do on. Unim go and check your fact. Me kase me bumfu. Kwa siasem we bi na me mpe no. People nipa ye ya ma me nua moja o. Me yewi no nipa bi si Kweku ade ntina obeti ma expose unia. Yes, we are all under the law. My own kid brother, he's a businessman or say osan or software. And wo boom crofo. Me better had the 3 weeks expose my own brother. And you think we are joking? You think we are joking? So when you go and check the records, Ousu Bempa. Ate. And obviously Jama eya na ye no obi beboy e panza. Obi amome pa. Me anu nua me de ye no. Because mu asofo am gu Ghana maka 99 plus 99. Mu ye bunch of thieves, crooks, self-style egudifo. Na me mamu kwan from now see the be run next year. Me say we dem dey be proper kwan mu. Nto de ochina let your association dogs now. Me here I need them seriously. Let them come and promote me. Momra me promote me. Na me nya na nte wankasa na wo ba. That wo mada obedwane akɔhye baby. Folks, yeah, Baba share MPP matters, but of course my guest is in the studio. We're joining me. My man Manakwaba Kweku. And of course, coincidentally, he's also Kweku. Kweku now what's his name? Hey, now Kasa bro said that we need Papa Pebiam.
Hey, me Baba. Kweku, me Baba.
Big Baba here.
And you crowd with him, Mohammed.
Radio Ghana for my Otihama main Kasem. A real way, maybe about a Jumain. Now, Reverend Ousu, me friend Reverend Isaac Ousu been passing out sending me 2 audios. Audios not sending me. No, what Bob Papa we didn't say. Papa we me the name Baha Emma Naba Beden or Becan Semitian. No one sent here or Bob Papa we didn't. Kweku, the person which says I see Muka created. I did see on the Twitter, so that's the second time Ousu been Bami Studios trying to attack the studio. Na papa we intino Ousu ben papa and that is net 2 TV. Sa video no zo na me ba be kire mo ni na wo ho me be ba no one by one na me hu Kweku o say ben pa say unia no no ense mo esi na won wa o say and ye do be transfer bra na be kanasem. Can you imagine?
Ousu ben pa
na 2 days dey na esi ho eyimre say ya o ebra ye free studio honey akono na about 3 a.m. Ousu ben panene dom attack the studios of Net 2 TV. Papa ini nti minim na na so nya no so mpo na wo de nam.
Oh David ne dey say political show ya nam na so no say achigire pedi moja dodo a e di nsufe
FM abofran so pe adekoko ehu a e de damra ma kire na ah Kweku na sa self style asofo e bebre na me sure say mo campaigns wo master artificial nkom ne ade bempa start bi ana munya hu
asofo na e wotumi ni jawo mo no o mo nkasa wo hu mo da na Ousu bempa de nkofo egu ne na ase na ya na mishumo mu because you can sofo a pala akura woni bi pala ija bakukura ni mu ija bakukura ni je ni ne dum da Ousu bempa
Simple.
Media me wo mba bi na police officer bi chief inspector bi am was SWAT if any ni no frame me say ya na onim say police for there no unless Rosu Casben or more languza nam so e will be wosisia fresh one 12 wosisia I didn't crazy year be 20 say
SNS 2016 ho baby some me check ya me who date no
I think 17 na
yeah
18 me obako na krachi kan say o isle going to mean to kan mrasisi a na mbuza nse na wokọ gamota no mo lankusa brand new rubber won a obetimi aka na o metu na o mo de abrew no su de bi panimu me de no machi Ousu ben padin be na mi hu no me ni share da madam Fukwesi mo na ne ni dele Kwesi Adolf no Kingsby guys no say na Kingsby boys nti no o mo na ne ni dele nti o kan ya na ne Osu Alex so is me penny no nti chuka ne bra na papa me 2k because he could do so for Uzu and Panam say, hey, so Papa, me Martin and Can. I say, what been na media minimum say. The first time who says I was so free and throw, or just or you throw, you come a minimum for you check
Uzu. And I me experiences over the weekend.
And yet, when you hear say you, me, this you know, no, him say me, your channel. Me, just a me, your food to go. Me. Now, it kind of call, you know. And we'll see. Ope Jane Wagon, Black Bush, no. Namedi, Ebiama, Mama won't to me back. Nice one, 2017. No, so penal. And I'm your range of and so vocal. I'm saying, you, Timothy, if you are the Lankus, and I'm afraid no vocal, no.
Seriously,
new one, you didn't know so by. That's as a cast now, you two range back. Langusa bako.
Na said your money so every
kapren so.
Omo fum ewia senior ma mi hu bi da. Ewia self efe de.
Omo hihye adwuma ba. Enti wonim ne.
Oh, dead.
And o say yenya ka ne mi nko. Na obema deposit. The deposit no. Oma I think $5,000 as a $10,000. And no cro frefren ko fo bi o ko che dem anu afrefre. We create bi sa software yo sprinters even say beduko bi o frefre no this kind nti me cheye more than 3 hours na me bo ye fu 10,000 ne buy
because as asem na membi sa we mu yie o
na bi
de be si won na 2 ho
10,000 ne buy beye ni o se adechia okwa na oka okọ 3 days no amount 5,000 okwa nti $25,000 na otua it take more than beye nti na minipa na ebufu you hu yan say lankusa brand new no omo de sari an bom no ordinam ahuntu aka no
Ozu bempai
Ozu bempa when you hear say we ye me
and asem no we na kofa o de ba na 2 ho no ebewura
na 2 ni mpo de me ni jombodu issue me ko ka say jombodu ye galamsey so na jombodu boys ni ye galamsey
na wote on say
na da ye de ye kosie omukoye we 1 week ye fa say
one obisa
you know here for
yes Sir John
ampa and omo ye flyer ma me jombodu na me jombodu buy enti me jombodu buy no so ye so ya arrangement enti chesa let's say the car into oba na onu that dey penny da ne nkwankura na abepem sa bi say ne ya se me zo ka sa me ba no me ta men se be fuoti
asojafo pa
sojafo ni na chese me guys
enti me penny di afofio
na so mo ma me fe ntokuam
I know na say me wo
na can friends because no mo fa me go say the in office
Ghana for so me kan nya sam kito that day obi amapon be 10 me free na 2 na for 3 am
ya ka me ya na o be pade na me see ye call ewie ye ne tie ne say akoye ntua kaika ena me nkofo ni hunye no so matu car no de car no bufu yi papa ni be sisa ni car se wo garage wo nyina ne ni abufo ni ban no ena madam fo ye friend Mohammed ono so ni Range Rover no o ma ye kofa na cha say ni sika na wo de be 2 weeks tua we no $25,000 no eno abekam eno de ne cars mi no Benz baako ML baako ena Cherokee white one ode se ode yes swap car ni mi no nso a wontu duty car no ode ye car na ye tu duty no wontu duty ye check documents ni na no wontu duty nti yes anam sakoi so ama ye dwuma boye ena ono se wo gi ni sika ena o ma ye de o free Jubilee House ena C2 na C2 nso edi se na do mo de saye no mo de Jubilee House ni di nkwasesem so mo mp before ye na ye trace kama party na me what checks every month every week na me like to me 50,000 no and no be high court Nima police station and na ozu be pay an na hu close no no ba ho
and ye ntimi nkasa
me ni be say me
kwaku
na o shenika please o shenika na ahomanso san bo ne nan say
and ye me
say me de me na and ye koye and omo di refer case ni ko your friend say nima if nima no ye de call East Legon police station hona mi hu say te ye call East Legon no omo ma bail no and o su bempa efre ye e ka che MPP for mpani for say police officer na owo crime officer no oma kofa MPP fo akofa NDC fo no oma pronto no de police officer na ba beto nima ene wo ye adwumatia MPP fo na onim police officer na ayefa na bena eye maami ti wa ni nua ketwa odi nachi the woman was pumping one semu very calm good ube hu ni bia na osere no so mpampo ye wo no onye oba ne ho officer da kama no tento usu mpa de ye nyine kosia o sia de ekotes maami ti wa atia metia usu mpa nana satana bright duro na ye data sia ni ti maami ti wa ye ni 2IC
sure
na ntro usu mpa twa ye mi hu wiase ni po onim to twa sada enti efi ho no na hu sakoi na maami ni kasanso ano ma sha ase commission police officers nkwanti omo ma ne nkasa na makoma bose na me no say enti mo officers sana mo yemo adwuma wa the conference hall kese
Look, you ain't trying to say so.
And now I can pursue Giga say, oh, means me $25,000 while let's win to me babaji. That day, no. For the time, but Mamma to me not to work again. Nanyami Yana say, NDC for more your friends say Sapa and friends say, you or suffer we know we are. Bedu Kobi. Aye, Juma Mama, not your mama, a free atames.
Yes, Bedu Kobi, a year. These are people. Bedu Kobi, aye, Juma, never Uzubempa. Let me one more rice or Uzubempa. And your news. Because
I am very disappointed with a friend John Dramani Mahama because or catch rain and say, or ye John for me, my desire is having candy yourself. And this is the only crime I can say, Emon. Me decided because I didn't be before you know, a pain. Na pain is soon free. So what I say, into no a yemi yase NDC, Muni Momo dear, MP before na no yes I know. We your modi or munim your mamma dear.
Okay, guys,
or so for now, me video me picture no
where
na jagezi me me had
it picture being called rounds but I don't know say no what exactly it is mama me say picture na me hwade na yen call London and then we speak to our guest yes please no you see Akasa no no who na me be campaign mess friends and train on one
never say Afraja we aja. We for you obedi ni sisi a. Onu ade command na dey.
Nkasa.
No okay. Nya just milani.
A prophecy bre ana omo hye nkomo ye den. You don't know.
Tell me grow kisi Samila. No.
Please, okay, guys. When you hear Yamament, you feel Mammy quickly. Yam London near your guest, Japan, in Komona, maybe some 1 or 2, then Alex would also come in here and share what is going on in the campaign, you know. Can I have my guest quickly now? Meneno any and Komo being fat and maybe Akoso MPP, and of course, or no. Kingsley Edumata in Japan, or NPP UK chairman, and of course, Nimebia Koswa MPP Eluziano, Omina Enya break Ankasa. But then campaigner air question we decided say on join us our campaign. Okay, Mamene Kingsley Edumata Japan, ending common Teuna Yenre say, how is he measuring the parties? Friends and groundworks are leading to this very conference where delegates Ekwakoyi Omo flag bearer. Kingsley, Memoir John, what is saying?
Good.
Now, before Sanasa after party in Luzu, you know, when I hear UK chairman. Now, I'm so didn't say me be gugu fine. Up to say Nina Namu who do party in Penning for responsible for the loss. Every way, party in Penning for have been hauled before the law court. Do you foresee say any may be a more status and a more cancer party in Penning for and every were ignored and following this and I may be have been hauled before the law court. Sana Muhuniama and now who is a way there a purely political witch hunting coming from the NDC. What's your benchmark?
Yo Koku anyumre mamenchia oni otiefo ni ahwefo nyina na memo abaso eja adwuma ide esi mo ache from many Oman FM ansana. Ankasa, I mean, I'm talking about Boiling Point.
Yeah.
Then you share 2 years in a diagram, the other pimone.
Okay.
And now the copy I had him in Mahoda until you can find the first time indeed. That's also a my saconia our friend.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, a question will be say quite a bit deep. Now, I'm just over Kaya on the night of election 2020.
Yeah.
Declaration night of election 2020. Ofre my ba studio ma me no ye program. Dana na junana ye ma me Jimansa bobo abano.
Exactly.
Ma ye wini ya na maji no akoye kitwa, and then also hang parliament. And clearly we can be that time about, and not only that night but before that na ya kasa yesuni e banya na yeyi na die eno ne ade na utumi hu se enye sebe. To me pa kwaku, I'm being honest, you see, yeah say Ghana for and Twaba ma MPP enye Ghana for keke yenye members ankasa MPP ankasa members dudu no me see me nipa binum kasa ya utum say binum kra was prominent people or even a previous government in the kra mu they didn't even want to know kra say just because of how they've been treated and senior ubua nipa mfama ho ni abima ya beti so no ne niama bebri enti na ye way before the results of say ye baba be dru ba bi aye dru aye hwiegu completely ye nyai kasada. That day when I was with you, we can send be you should and fatu bi say opening kojo chere ka sem bi say se nipa se woni oyereke na ofri na kuma mu na obom paye e ka kire nyankopon se ruade ma me kunu nyini nche obenyina che na so se oyere no se wo tete no ehye na ne yade e ma ne kra sugu ne yam na wo wantimi anko wa anu ankasa modua kra no a wo ye hu no keke na wuba so kai sa program we are yeah and me bisa questions say ye ma appointments and why no na ye de ma wo say ye ma contracts in kitinkiti and why no na ye de ma wo. Is it because of say, and I'm quoting myself, 2020 elections ye dana ye declare na ye de my second by a time? Is it because of so being me godfather, godmother? And untiana all these played a serious role in this mess. You have to see because to be one on us come once a month. One more young penny phone on me, and you must say, me being MPP, you can chairman. The assembly so now you have a bomb penny for money because you have your own penny for the but Kaya no more dreams all the okra the MC we are seeing now only yard for a womb because we know about them what in your duma because near no and woman at general and personally for us to be able to come back we have a lot of hard work to do. The dinner go for yena e binumu di atem neko kumino kasei and some me kind biana me say kanini nipa binuma support to individuals atem didie pa wo mu di both side but bia almost especially candidates mienu na already anymore.
Oh, monitor campaign trail na pa, correct?
I am following it 24/7 Koku. 24/7 monitoring all of them platforms radios, social media, TikTok, everywhere. I am monitoring it.
But which of the side and my backing? Can you disclose?
Mienu ni nyina nye kogu.
Hey.
Mienu ni nyina nye.
Mze dumata.
I'm being honest. And okay, I'm talking about supporters. The supporters.
Okay,
omu edi mienu na chi, especially mienu no.
Mienu no why?
Atemdidie, I'm talking about Yura Baumiani, Yura Kennedy, Japan. Me my kind of pains. I'm no cause opa check me. My you know, me what me deep yo. Na share me phone never picture. And that old phone so I would have for me. Me the Kennedy, Japan. Ne Baumia and Ato. Me the two also me the prove KCB. Me kasaye. I will looting. Meeting I say and the cabinet appointment James. Me opinion.
Me was the two candidates.
And I me kasa wiye pe. And I me this had the number 2. I have been attacked. People have been calling me. I didn't any power 5 ujina. Na odi mi enu abego. I have said it clear. Say ka ye ni kwan say nke ye elections. Say ye won penimfo pampa. E wo fie. And na necessary ka proactiveness. E wo ye mu. And na necessary timi Tinase kase yampa and how to dialogue and sit the people down and put our foot down. See dum ketia meseke antwaba. Kwagu. Baby I jinai. Over 2.4 million deficit of votes. Kwagu anya agrodie ye nyina akra kabo mu ayankontokwa. We have a lot of work to do. Obia otie me ne pa onfa ni agro onfa ni feelings ni emotions now no no na onsere. The reality is that we cannot tickle ourselves and laugh. We can't have our cake and eat it. What they call Ghana, wow, see you can't eat your cake and have it. Okay?
Yeah.
Me no tinase ni edi nkomo na se ne me dinu yi. Saa na me di ne babia e wo ni die mu ahobrasie mu ene obuo mu nipa ni binom pese menkum nyanti wo mo atoto wo mani ahwe edi nipa binom achi thinking se nia omo no benyanko anti party ni mu enhye empro entity enye omosem ena dodo no so wo mu no so omo ayeyie omonya baby asi enti yebetena opposition for 300 years kura no a enka wo mu enti wo mu no wo mu de omo ntie se odogo bi nuabe enti wo mani ade omo abo mu tuhire sebe ena wo mu ede wo mu faces aba ena wo mu di nipa no mu no a wo mu ehia sese o my Ghana sesampa no ho agro kwakunanu ya muti ho ena yesi ye kwako fa soldier for my ben and a betimi asesa over 60,000 people say wo se maji wo musika at the forms are more forms no meti ye kodwadu asare anum or say ba kubia was 360 Ghana cedis per form I think. Now multiply 360 even if it's average 300 by 60,000 forms o muton ko abontin no kodwadu asare boa na meboa na yetimi agi sankofo nyina sika. The question I will ask today and say entina adwuma no nipa dodo sen na ne ye fa o mo say yetimi ton 60,000 forms sa de ko report hiafo no off. You are talking about millions of Ghana cedis o maji and we are talking about critical situation of our country where we have to be so desperate and united and rescue this country. But then I'm being honest, the honest truth.
Hold it there, Mame. Kingsley, my friend say, only as well say, friends Alex, Alex, only
Alex. Now what you saying?
Housing ade MPP for dia ye we attach yen sika wagye akwa we $1 million we ne dan nyina okoton yen bet onim se yenim mimi ni bibia o enso
so nyabotre ni misika bia nyabotre
all the say attach
me mpase e be ko nyabotre
the here near campaign no
masajai
even though
me say papa we attach ande na faso no we anu wo kam for MPP no ya kan wo twa ho butu say nya nto
for now no campaign no ono de on support obi but wo side no
on support obi wonye normal person no buza say oye MPP den
oye chairman
and I feel wo say on support obi
yeah but ono the
electoral commission kura so wo bi on support no wo just on support
no but ono state is on support
omo nyina o kan diaspora na omo bo magiska nsa na omo to aba buza say UK ye to aba ya omo giska buza on so omo ba omo ma magiska nsa na omo to aba UK ye to aba ya buza say omo giska
for now ono no we declare say on support any of the candidates
you ono
side how is the campaign going
ya ho de ekoye ba o mi na o paso massage ni o ma na
there's an allegation be say any pe episode more
register na me send a signal warning to Befi me ne kwaso enu akura mi hia no asore na mbuza anse yiwe o kire hwenioma bi yu na ase hwenioma bi amoye no mani nyi ho o se o che Befi
okay
enu a omukoye meeting free 10 o'clock omupon anajo 1:30 na monkancha ma mije mensa na anya sane fe no electoral commission ma se ontu ni mrantie ne fo na ba ko di ba omi achi a wan hwe obeko bi momba saba we na ye koto na yedu anda yo enye debi ye mfa ni sentena o because ye koto ba ko no Kennedy course ro no mo di akire no papa mi to ma wo entu ye kan wunya 0 na risk rage nso aka kire me say ombe make sure so ombe wiaye eno meet om koye om ye
allegation
from allegation me come say allegation eno na jom koye meeting no Isligon ye Isligon po na krum ay ne yom fro ho Isligon hills asen fa
Legon Hill
governor bi ayi Bank of Ghana pani bi fie no mkoye no na omo ye nyina so me so omo pick nipa na omo pick ne de nakọ no e was tetekwashi eno ani nyina na mehwe omo
because at a point na me see
me asset draw and you ma china nkofo we no me see me tete ba o me okrum afokin na ba o me ma meeting ba o me nkasa temu bio na ba o me appoint nipa me see onka nche je your friend say electoral commission ma me no so wan kan che ne mrantie na brantie no obe pie bia na yire nsan hu ni biem na o di ba o me ti se ba o me apese o kire se so o mu be kum nipa enda so o mu di Lebanese too nso e ko fie ho na omo nya smart because mo nam na obi po monitor mo nim hi na najo 1 o'clock nti Befi mo nkan che o kire Befi se ye to ababa ko no wiaye ye bitino o wiaye Kennedy team but fi ni men fi because me ne kwa sorry ba ko ti enu a me ne wa sorry na me say aka chen se onabu mo hwe ne o ma yu na ne mo ye no because me ma set me eyes edi o machi entinya dia me say enu a meet on kwaye ba o mi ankasa timbi ba o mi say even though na kwa community tape ma obosisi a
this is an allegation
allegation
for now
baby say baby omo koye meeting fi ho me say omo ye medi nka ho asa no omo ye ho
but ye nyam fe ma ye no ye nka na say allegation
me allegation me say anu asa na make
tape ne ye de
omo koye bi
do you agree say fa tape ne mra
me say me monitor tell you omo san committee na me di omo chichen omo nkasa omo ye meeting no omo say omo wo omo ati camp bi ye frɛ no say enkofo we ye na omo di agro because baumi entiase abana ye between 280 and MPP for wipe omni electoral commission omo wipe na ye 212,000
omo wipe
na baumi enya 70,000 ato ho dada 280 vote 2,000 enkofu ekoto aba no na omo tese omo di enkofu bi ahyehyehye mama sisi MPP no yeah no MPP
but candidate no be all right says so demand
we no massa what the politics in obi ya register there wo massa to boase Ghana politics na wo can register once NTCC no omo hwe no we nim no ma sone register ne so e no ma benya 212 na nka ba na ye koto no unim ne o ma ye no 212 no omo di bia hyehye ma na koye 280,000 asima me ka so no o man ka sa sisi me kan we no mo bepo because information I remember one but we on Thursday last 27th last month 27th koye and so 9 o'clock koye meeting bi wo Eastern Region Eastern Premier and also no more 4 nipa 4 enti ni nyina me ka che be fi say onye very careful na sa kwa na America boaje onu de wo wukura ankeye onu fi so onu fi so onu na ba o me atrase no e na aduma ku be fi so dia na nu jejejeje enra onu ne ya ponte ne say oni nkofo na me chese me di video ni mawa kofo wo mo yembe show
well me hu
kwan be so
snippets of it
enti catch on say me say omunya careful na me ye mo kwan mo ringi abawe one bit ko omunya chance
na say ye hu ni say afrase na ye
debi na be de ye ni abam mu biemu sisi mo ni abam ye so ni abam enti onu ba o me ano wanya Labanese phobia and Labanese for two eba eko if you baby omo ye omo meeting no enti omo no say ye 1 trillion kra na chese opeso chese o backbone or support na ba wumia ye ma wo kwan ene echina chi is what I say na juma medi nkofo we no because nyoma o ma ye no sisi me wo mu tape no omo meetings o ma ye ni nyina no me bobo ano enti mon kan che electoral commission ma me no so on kasa nkyere ne mba no na de fa be yo mo tan okuro
suspicion say electoral commission is being dragged into this
so no ba o me say our backbone of the police be ye wura COP tetenyon no wadawro ma papa wonim say me oluma ni wo akwasum ni wura ma ba o me on fa ne ballot emegu hu fi na ne wa appoint hwem na o say bia o police phone bi na nani do mo so papa me wonim say me nka ni nim me masem bia meka no na o man ka so mo kampo nim say de bia koi wa hate point na me di o machi I'm telling you meet me ni pay meeting ni nyina some about trading ba o me aka ho adumako friends miracle boaje o chiri be fi ena maka Labanese too eba ho be ni aka no
I said the names of the Lebanese from but I want to hold on for
o me na kra mo bakroma na me nim bibia
great mami
go for we me dre wo mo fucking
what for all
ba o me ani ni team no
mami say Kingsley yeah what for all line so great now getting the space from where Kweku Alex is coming from do you foresee the elections where Ebeya Sumgimusa for which reason Emma some of you can most stay offer more monitor the situation on the ground taking it from maybe Odi free by how do you take the space me say getting baby Alex the free by and na ama make us some of you can ama mo stay mu independent amoshe said and never back do you foresee say
anya independent kokoi mami correct bibi quickly before say me bawo am say me nua na make allegation bi anya no kre otachia enye kapreba influence
okay
atachia enye me kapre enti mesre no mi pese be dinkomo we abewie no na nso abeya another news say ekoyi ya no obia and I just want to make it clear atachia onime eni sesikasem enho adwadi se wo diska bi ma diska akose ne sem amane di me panacho mesre na ni jimu but we empesa ne amane di
amane contract
enti ya minya neutral say mentoaba
oh wo betoaba
yes atosu mienu
okay
wasa make allegation say yen abrochire for buy no ye ba begigi sika ene ye de kotoaba me pese me sa clear sa de clear enne
okay
emphatically me akosie dumate Japan of a K MPP UK chairman not a single candidate obetimi akasa de nsesi ne bo sem me wo de kapre e hye me nsem e ma me so mu
I see
manye bi nti so the clarity no let's say we are say yes nipa ba ko ne ko di fan ye frɛ sɛ bio e ma ye frɛ fantifo but me me clear no ko ku enti hwade no sɛ obi akɔgye sika me nyina nso so enkasa mu bia me se obi amfa kapre enhye me sem mempɛ me dim hia wese e wo ni di mu obuo mu party ninti ana yan mu binum ya kasa me ya lebu me yase me ya bawumia yase me ya kanadi Japan yase me yesusu nso eho enyame me nyo bia me ya party no
yeah
adwuma na ye ne sisia na ene minuanum nyina tiegu ma omo ye no adwuma no ehia me so bia be ye ne de fefefe ohwe candidates yampa me de mani adi wo mochi a genuinely baby ana me fo se bia nka bia be ha yen obia ko obia ka ne nsem me hu se wo mo ankasa specifically edi atem but nipa num na wo akire no especially on the WhatsApp page num ne radio no so num ne ade na ye no kre se ne America no ye no kre ntimi nua no mesre no ma on my internet studio na bia because of say o ko kan say nyame na ma betena say me say me independent me independent me to aba but me say openly I will not support any candidate.
Okay,
that is my choice.
Okay,
and everybody should respect that position of mine. I'm not obi me say me nye yes me pito kura me nye me die ne say kwaku say ye wi adwuma no ampa na earlier on asema me kai na me sese ka ampa say ye wo mpanimfo wo fie a eka bia nka asema ye ka ne ya ye tu sika tugu abontini a ene awie yen se nipa binum so aka si wo mbu so mbe di atemama Yesu abayi nka ama because ke ye hye no wo dem etina ase ema ye nyina dwene ho ye ema ye hu se we are not in normal times in tiniko asen ke ye die ho chinye na nke ye behwe no na nke ye yi ya na ye kandifo ene ho na be di nachi na nke ye wie na ye kɔ asomdwe mu ene no enye dictatorship se mo obi kwa mane ntoaba but so obi ka so obekɔ na se bia se mpanimfo mienu yi ene ye ka wo mbo mu yi ampa ene ye tena se ka se yie ebie niema ni nyina so mo obi ate ase ampa ne hu se in the interest of the party and the country and unti stand ye squeeze ye ho na ye mfa nko anka sa na me mepe me nka se no nso so ye obi choice atintina ye nkata obi akuma asuso ni hono so peso madwene keke na machire ho eno no it doesn't go nowhere and carry weight bi aba machire magain but ochina ye ko na ye ko hwegu na metena wasiki Yesu na me sen kasa bi mu na me se me refer back there I will have the right and cause to refer back ye kwaku at the frontier ye mu binum ye gina sa position no ne se enkofo na wo mu ye wo mu fin a wo mu di atembubu wo mu na mu ni ade na wo mu se ye candidates ni nyina gu wo mu fin no nyame ya dum ne ekɔ ne ekɔto aba no ne ekoyi ba ko a me of fake madwuma nie madwuma sorry na makɔtɔ sapo na mato samna na mato nkun na mato atade na mato afin na se mato brass so ye ni tinwi no kakra ho ne ye be brass ya na madware wo mu nipa kro na yeyi no na nuanom nyina ka bom wa assignment na abeto ho no ye be dware nipa no fina ya ye no ho no atogu na ya se na atade abon powder asra ne nkun anunu ne tirim na afa ye nea ye di sa bone no ya sa tie si abonten se ye beton amayato. That is what the assignment we have. And for me atemdidie for enka ombe tie miampa enka ne masema America no ofidie su ya mede ba ko be ka ho ama ye nyina ya te ase ye wura kwabena Japan e policy direction adutum obi Brian obi Bawumia obi Ken obi omo nsam na omo kan nyina ye oman no kyekere ho nsam na omo ka now at the frontier abrochire ye bi ya bato to won ye si monko na monko ye campaign na se kire ne se ideas na nipa no na fa afo no mutiri ye omutimi pass ye ne wono when they are going out and selling it no the most parts na woman na ye papa no we pick it as a party yakoyi ba ku na wie no yakofa kwabena de no bi yafa Brian de no bi yafa adutum de yafa Bawumia de yafa Yewura kan de Japan de na ye kan nyina bom hia it becomes our policy directions as to how we are going to build our country ideas na holy free ba ye de no yes him pay attention to those ideas now momuno ye be water down the ideas ye de nipa ne beto table so na ye timi agu ne ho fi asɛ no asopa na gu nanimu ase na ideas ni nyina ye de agu dem wa bra ye timi kan ho asɛm yi mane to asom papa but eno so a part of democracy. But you see, what I am telling my people is this, that before we can implement such a beautiful ideas that our people have and policies, I just see a winnie to me answer. Say you reckon Japan never win you, say you near Bemu, yet to me implementing idea. Say you're a Baumian never win you, say near Bemu, yet to me implementing idea. For me, I believe that the Biayakui, see a courier, na ampa, but one we are crowding and partisan individual seka, and I see a billion, and Yabo Yodubia Mobi, my yes has to be born in me and your papa. Yama the Munaho, na yen starting a pet, yen tokwa or police stations in Adina free a ye fear and ye kwakoi obi a dianim. Obia monarch not Juniper media miko. We don't do that. We should not dare do that. Mesram said as soon as we finish, they call all the five. They call all the five so quickly and have a sit down proper and get the people reliable saying you bet me a rally behind you no na obian go for sorry yes asupan ko for your my adwuma ni nyina so ginger base etima mo maye nkoto base ni ntumu ye hia ye dan a ye tefra hwe ase ba ko ene bedi enkunim but mercy media dia mimi here free mimi national executive for any mpanimfo aye dey wo moye election committee for eno ni ade na no proxy asem wo ko fa wasem ba ya broche for enka me kra de me see atu edisi e ba na ya begi sika no ye maniwu ye me tan e di ko mo me ntu ya ba no e wo ye kuro mu ya wa bra ye magan na ho kra metu ba na ke ye wia obi ya fe resource no famre wo na obi antena ne ba bi na tina ya me gu ya nimu ase e di ke ye ne sanka beboa but and then you gusu di hon komo set me adwuma fine enye adwuma me meba na ma betena se din na ma ba betoma ba ne abobo ya bobo wie pe empanimfo entimi ntena se tijani na nado danko akufuado e frɛ all the aspirants edwo mu hia ye and na me ne wo ka say I have seen some beautiful pictures akuma manusi yo wo mo akɔ yewuru akufo fie and na ye ne birthday olman ye mana woda pa awurade ntunu kom mana hoden woni delay interview ye one of the best ese obi anya bi no tiampa ne emfa futusem emfa mfrim ye wie pa sa mpanimfo president kofo ene nanado danko akufo ado ene mpanimfo no nyina ntena se quickly ya to abani wie ya within 1 week na omumfo mu nyina amra together na ya nyina rally behind nipa kono winning en kwagu me masem ni so obi be time ya mene ya adwene so omo fuse ne America ne yankwase asem na no nti omu ntia it's up to them so omo be fa ne dia ya adwuma so a it's up to them kwagu me sa na metie me wie meduma
good what can say here one him papa me do be see us but of course we'll have more time because election here just a couple of weeks to come now I feel by that time now what town now feel you better studio I more analysis I mean now na to be no rest na na
me chairman no studio pa o si me sinya me shira no ne adwuma pa o moye
amen
o nko so no munya no boko e ya pontin tokwa yempeja no soro ne yemfa shi boko
bi o zo abako abebe bebu nsa no ate no ase
okay baba me da se bebre so ye ne eye ora Kingsley Edumata ene ne kasa Japan kwaku wo hwe se de waboabo anu ya na just say one dey however say or the size no he still
appealing or kasa wo kasa munti
but all the meetings that hold from now
opinion only opinion god no so dey say emrani say opinions are free nti omba from
can be our electoral commission for no do you think the electoral commission will still not make any balancing the equation but we still want to support
okay electoral commission what they say Supreme Court then na or say elections are won by
one at the polling station
yes I don't know electoral commission for their more shesha amaye na kwaku video ya amde chire wi se tape ne mawa
emu pa very disturbing
would you dangerous chen obia
very disturbing
and the security kura sisi ameka say kura no omo de nkofo fi South Africa omo training security amano ana one said yeah na ne ho mesere because almost san koye Monday last week no so almost san koye another meeting e wo Kata Hotel wo La Paz
sure
maybe di omachi
yeah
enti no omo nko baby
that signal no
omo nko baby
omo nya say omo so daring
why desperate because of sisi ano abana no pese owie mu no Sisi we who say the bar and fa
but let me say a question and be very blunt, not because of what's our company. Yeah. Do you think say Ora Canada Japan will close up so much this time around? Difficult.
Take it for me. Can 53% upper one 52. Now yes you money
my trophy Ghana to
say make me say 53 yeah o de me bo be mama say pa ho 52
Ghanaians watch this.
Take it from me na wo ka say territory na ba me wa beto mu no we nya Bank of Ghana adwuma we obi a wa politics 24 years wa parliament 24 years na wo betimi awia na Bank of Ghana for na betimi aye adwuma wi o mo na nye obi ono wa beto no wo no ni territory obetena ho ba ko na ntimi wi aye no ne no eye aban na hoden aban de ye say wo ye kan ban a wo ti say face you me na say face you wall a obi ntimi mu enti eno na hoden na beta na chi no say no sa hoden ni fi oba o me akasa kura wo hunu ka wo hu say wo hu ba o me message
quick one ye be sorry so but obra wow to obra penny ye want to me still in the hands of government
is president
mama me sa video me enhwa there how so far mo be na wo ye e dia boma mama me sa video me enhwa e want to me ne embattlement in the hands of government sena muhuniama do you see say witch hunting
na why na witch na why hunting
maybe no say witch hunting
na why na witch why na hunting no
guys can I have that video
why na hunting with you kroma ono na hunting no why na can say obi na send this for the omi good information this for kita wo ntumi hono say sam ne nkomo me wan say order so kra na mabone sam dey say nkomo last week me ko na
can I have the video guys quickly
na minim say this is on the film ni nyina ko so what say is tintin ni nyina ba
no
oh yeah HIV no patient
we disassociate ourselves
oh me say na say wo power onsiu na court ma yen ko ye ne test
minim medical report
kama court am yakọ ye ne test
it's true kwame afon pa
me say wo ye HIV positive
no
me na make
we disassociate ourselves
me get bi our suspect
no please
wa want me do physical when you condom bia no
wa fon so ama me pa
enye case na amanafo no awọ ne yale da na we yale we wo ho omo ntena untumi TV hold discuss you and omo discuss say ye bie akompre kunti so omo say no wafo aka bone nko awo na minim he star na wo ye ni minim se ve na abadwa we na aze chese akwa aboa say na wo ye me da no David na untumi oni pa ho na na edura ni ho wo you dwan kasa
mu hu ni say ye we chance mu fi say ye
na say this for tumu asem papa untumi na oni me untumi timi ye uni ho idea
but I know mo ye kan no me nya mo ye bi ti a party no a ama party na kwoti bi mu and the party mpelifo no bi rather mu hu ni say NDC for your mo
no NDC for mo yam no ma ni pay o da adam say wa top party office e wo clofrom oba ye to asase MPP for or man for say contribution iron road cement ni nyina oton di we nsidan no voter region create me CMPP no no answer 47 went me anwi ni amonye den obesi form na wono odwansa wa begino say osan or ba party chairman national untumi no me say last week me ko he Natalia o ma pam samsan wo mo o ma jeli no na mo no Oma pam Natalia class and hodada.
Guys, folks,
what them now won't mean I will be winning.
Yeah, they build up Alex, for our last words, Brandon.
My last words in the say, Munkanche Bugri na Buse, Onusu Kodio be in such video appear on Bugri na Bu. Oh, now no so na eduma
but any young can was
you. Is that
Brandon Tem France?
Kodio be so friend to my say.
Brandon Tem we could to Bisu and Azo.
What be Bugri na Bu or your hene. Now to Hoso your hene. So here, I want to or no name your man. One go hope you be how. Yes, I want to answer.
You remember wait for cyber unity for now. Much of
Munkanche, Monton Kraman.
That's what is.
We don't again. No much in sika this. So say na me my din na me
and kuye craft.
The Monton Kraman so oya juma ne brother.
You move see how na do. Of course, the build up to the NPP upcoming delegates conference. The best said your air because it's just a couple of weeks ahead. Let us say Omakwa Koto. When they be winning, yenim. But we believe that the best candidates, of course, on the flip side, we should win. Nema Sumbe, Engineer.
Oh, can I win?
MPP. Folks, my name is Quick One. A great guy, say, Bomi Chidom. Echo Bismarck up there, online editor Kings Campbell, and of course the two indefatigable Yao Yamba executive producer, and then credible Omumami Ebomi Chiram Kofi Ansa, and director of research Eno Kofi Ejiri. Of course, great guy over the weekend. In somewhere Kosi 9 Usube Pansemi behind the scenes was doing a fantastic job, folks. And you know, my Obi Bisa Mese Kweku, Sam 2 TV, to